Top story, our investigative team has confirmed that an employee with a popular airline in Kenya is being investigated over 25 kilograms of cocaine found today in a KLM flight bound for Amsterdam. Let's now bring in Brian Obuya, part of our investigative team here at KTN. Brian is at the JKIA. Brian, good evening. What else do we know about this? What is happening at JKIA?
Good evening, Linda. When our team set out to come and follow up on this story, we were told that 25 kilograms of unknown narcotics had been nabbed here, and the narcotics is suspected to have been heroin. But when we actually decided to follow up on this story, a lot has been going on. We've been waiting for at least 1.5 hours since we set foot here, and there has been something going on between the teams in the clearance department and those we came through and our sources. And right now they've told us that they'll be talking about this matter tomorrow because the drugs have actually been secluded somewhere. But the details we came to find out on who exactly is involved in this racket, and is what we have not been able to find out, because we've been told that this matter will be they'll be talking about it tomorrow. But what I can tell you is that the drugs, the 25 kilograms of what is suspected to be high-end heroin, was concealed in a Kericho gold tea, and the same was, like you say, found at the KLM airside aboard a KLM flight to Amsterdam, and of course giving signal that it originated from somewhere here in the country. But that's what the officials here have not told us about. But then, Linda, those are the headlines. Here now is the bottom line. In October last year, again, two crew members of the Kenya Airways were nabbed with heroin. It will only take a month later, in November, when another set of Kenya Airways staff were nabbed with more drugs leaving the country. Now, here we are in April, we already know that a JKIA, a Kenya Airways staff, is being investigated in connection to these 25 kilograms of heroin that is said to have been bound for Amsterdam. So this actually is one thing. And this is now the bottom line. It's either the officers at the multi-agency team at the JKIA have become more vigilant, or the JKIA has once again proved itself to be prone to drug trafficking and such. Linda.
Obuya, like you mentioned, this is a disturbing trend, but like you say, it's not clear who the owner is. So is it that the authorities are not willing to give the name or the identity of the owner, or they are not yet sure as we speak?
I wouldn't say they're not yet sure, Linda, but when we came in, like I've told you, when we arrived here, it was clear that some drugs have been nabbed, and we were going to find out more details about the same when we arrived. But looking at everything that has been going on, the back and forth, the clearance and this type of thing, and then finally we are told that, hey, look here, these drugs have been set somewhere else, and they have been, the suspects have been locked elsewhere, and we will only give a final confirmation, or rather final details, tomorrow morning or during the day. That actually explains to us probably something we need to find out. But we're staying on top of that story, and we will be following up to the very last detail on what exactly ensues or what else is discovered in due course.
All right, Brian Obuya from JKIA here in Nairobi, thank you. Like you mentioned, we'll keep an eye on that story for you tomorrow. That statement will probably come in